All right, guys, I want to bring in now Senator Marco Rubio. Senator, thanks, first of all, for taking the time to talk to us. Let's figure out here how your state is doing. We've been hearing the governor. He's had an excellent tone and brief, certainly, of getting the state ready. We know that's done. What is your biggest concern right now with what is now a strong Category 4 hurricane?
That people that were supposed to evacuate didn't evacuate. And that happens in every storm, particularly in areas like the Big Bend area that has these historic communities that people have been there for generations, and they've survived other storms. But this one's different, and it just is. I mean, it's a 145-mile-an-hour monster, but on top it's the storm surge part of it that's so frightening. I mean, 9, 10, 11-foot storm surge. I don't care how many storms you've lived with, you're not going to survive it. So I'm just very worried at this point that it's almost too late to get out and that enough people didn't do it.
Do you think the state is ready to deal with this, especially with what could be extensive, overwash and infrastructure issues in the Panhandle?
Well, I think the state is as prepared as you can be. These are unpredictable events. I mean, we always forget these are natural disasters or forces of nature, and we're mortal men. So we do the best we can to respond to these events, and we're better at it than any country in the world. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, the first thing we do is warn people that it's coming. And I think the National Hurricane Center, I've had some questions today from national outlets about did they give enough warning. I mean, we don't control these storms. I mean, they kind of, in fact, one of the exercises they run every year before hurricane season is a 48-hour event that rapidly intensifies. We had more than 48 hours here. First thing we do is get people out of the way and get assets in position to assist them after, and that's happened. Now we'll wait to see what the impact of the storm is. But I want people to be prepared. There's going to be power outages. There's going to be trees down on I-10 that's going to impede the ability to get assistance to you. Again, that is why we ask people to leave, not just to save your life, but because it's going to be hard to get to you for days after.
So, Senator Rubio, let's dive into that a little bit. You watch this all go down, and you're certainly on top of it with the governor. What do you think's missing from the message so that we could get more people out? Is there something missing in the message?
It's interesting. One of the things the National Hurricane Center has started to do is work on the messaging part. Like, what can they do to be more persuasive? People with facts, but I live in South Florida. I've been in Florida almost my entire life, so I know what the attitude about there is. You go through a storm, you get everything ready, and then it's not as bad as I said it was going to be, and you complain, next time I'm not going to do all that. And so that kind of sets in. That mindset is what we need to work against. And I'm not criticizing people. It's just human nature. But I don't know what it is that we can do, frankly. It's something that we need to spend some time on. And ultimately, there will always be people that no matter what you say are not going to heed the warning. We lived that in the Florida Keys last year, if you recall. I mean, these are people who have been there a long time, and they're not going. I mean, it's just unfortunate.
Right. Senator Marco Rubio, we appreciate your time, sir. Thank you for joining us on the Weather Channel this morning.